Hey everybody. I was just laying here. It's almost midnight. And I had a few thoughts that I said I should get down and maybe this will help me sleep, I guess. First thing is I was diagnosed with syncope, vasovagal syncope, because I have vasovagal migraines, right? And that causes a temporary loss of consciousness. And I have had several different episodes. I hadn't had one in a while now, which kind of scary in a weird way. But anyway, and by a while I mean like I haven't had one in about going about a month, maybe a month and a half, which is kind of scary. It's kind of like that whole shark in the water thing. Um, and having vasovagal migraines is not an uncommon thing. I think the last stat that I read was like 46% of people with chronic migraine, uh, they're vasovagal, you know. And I assume that it's to varying degrees. Um, and from what I've read, they can over time cause brain damage. But that wasn't my original thought. Um, I said that just to give you all some context about people with disabilities and excuses. No matter what your disability is, whether it be uh, something that you can see or not see, neurological or physical or whatever the case may be, you have this disability that is debilitating and you can't work and all that. Okay, that's fine. No problem. And even people with neurologic disabilities, especially people with neurologic disabilities, because I have one. Um, there's no need to be mean, and what I mean by that is this: I know you may have a neurologic disability or a mental health disability, but the term "I couldn't help it." Now when I say this, there are varying degrees of this, and I get into that in a minute. But you may have somebody that said, "Well, I said such and such, but that's part of my disability, and I just couldn't help it." No, you're just being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. And I know that may be not popular with a lot of folk, but hey, that's just the way I feel about it. Um, Now, when I say it's varying degrees, because if you have somebody that has a neurologic condition or mental health condition where they black out or they have some type of mania and they black out, that's different. It's like that. It's like that person who gets like real drunk, and then next thing you know, they like dance on the table with a lampshade on the head, and then they wake up the next morning like, what happened? They're like, man, you was tripping. You was dancing with a lampshade on your head, and now you're all embarrassed. I'm not talking about them folk. I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all cool. I get what y'all going through. I'm talking about the folks that just be mean just because they hurting, or they mean just because they feel a certain type of way, but then they want to lash out and take it out on other folk. That's them the folk. That's who I'm talking about. Just because you feel bad, ain't nothing else wrong. Ain't nothing else going on with you. You feel bad because of your disability, and that's I get it. I'm like that too. Keep in mind, I have migraines a couple times a week. Not to mention post-stroke and all other kind of mental health stuff that be going on. But I'm of the opinion that if you feel bad like that, then try to do something nice for somebody else. Take your negativity and turn it into positivity by doing something nice for somebody else. As a matter of fact, go overboard being nice. It actually makes you do actually feel better. You don't have to come out with everything out your mouth, saying stuff that hurt other people. You don't have to do all that. Why? Because you feel bad? And then your excuse is, well, I could help it because I was feeling bad. Or I could help it because I have a neurologic condition. I do too. But you don't see me cussing folks out, being all flip at the mouth. And I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm just saying that you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be. There's no need to overanalyze this. It's just, I don't get it. I don't understand why just because you hurting or you feel bad, you have to make other people feel bad. That's what I don't understand. I get hurt. I get hurt all the time. Body not doing what it used to do, and I get disability. I get it. But why make other people feel bad? Why try to chop them up just to say, well, I have a neurologic condition or I have a mental health condition and you didn't pass out. I physically pass out. And maybe I'm just looking at this through uh, just one-sided. Maybe I'm not being open-minded to other people's plight. And maybe that might be true. But I just don't understand it. So that was just a thought. That's all. It's just a thought, y'all. Anyway, be kind to one another. Give other people grace that you wish you had. And just love one another. We ain't got to be mean to each other, especially people you care about. Don't be mean to them for the sake of being mean, just because you feel bad. If anything, you ought to pull them people closer to you so they can love on you. Because see, when you're mean, especially to the folks that you care about, they gotta love you just that much harder. And you got to think to yourself, I was real mean to them, and you apologize, but that stick with them. That stick with folk. And after a while, they get fed up with it. Sad but true. Well, we just gonna love you just that much harder. And there are some people that will stick with you and stick with you and stick with you. And the older you get or the sicker you get or whatever the case is, and you start being mean to them. And I've seen it. I worked in nursing homes, and I have seen where you just have these elderly people who not all the time have Alzheimer's or dementia. I've seen worked in on units where these people were just had one infirmity or another of some sort, whether it be Parkinson's or they may have lost a limb or they may have some sort of neurologic condition or it was something. And they were just mean people. Mean for the sake of being mean. Mean because they hurting. Mean because they feel like life dealt them a raw deal. Just mean. Ain't got nothing to do with what they were diagnosed with. They were just being. Handicapped people can be assholes too. But nobody want to talk about it because that's not nice, Johnny. No, I'm gonna say it. Handicapped people can be assholes too. Just for the sake of being mean. And I don't get that. And I know this is not popular, and that's fine. If you don't like what I'm saying, that's cool. Which goes to show that they just like everybody else, because you got some people who don't have any handicap or infirmity, and they assholes too. Some of them, some folk. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why be mean to folks? Why why make somebody else's life hard just because you having a bad day? Why take stuff out on other people just because your day is being crappy? I don't get it. I honestly don't. And I'm not saying I'm the poster child for being nice to folks because there's been times when I said some stuff that I ain't had no business saying either. So I'm talking about me too. But in my own defense, when I do feel like that, I will go overboard to be nice to people. Maybe to the detriment of my own self. I realize that now. I hadn't been like that always, but I realize that now. Sometimes a kind word to somebody else is the one thing that it takes for you to feel better. But I'm just here rambling, and if you don't agree with me, that's cool. If you think I'm just being short sighted, that's cool. But that's just my thought. That's how I feel about it. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get some sleep for what that's worth, and I'm gonna put my CPAP on over here, and we gonna go. We gonna have at it. All right, y'all. Later.